Hi you guys, welcome back to another first impression video. If this is your very first time here, welcome. This is the video series where I take a look at an entire sewing pattern collection, whether that's the entire catalog from an independent pattern company or whether it's a seasonal release from the Big Five. So as you saw, the Big Five is rolling out all their spring patterns. I am going to be reviewing Simplicities today. If you want to see McCall's, that was posted most recently. Nomi's coming up next. So yeah, we're going to just go through each one of these individually, all of the patterns. We are going to review them for fit. We're going to look at potential fit issues. We'll look at fabric choices, and just kind of take in the overall designs and discuss the new things that are coming out. So our first pattern here is the Mrs. Dress with sleeve and length variations, sizing 6 to 14 and 16 to 24. Button front dress sewing patterns have gathered skirt with side seam pockets. View A dress has pointed collar and short sleeves with band. Views B and C dresses are collarless and have long sleeves with elastic at wrist. Okay, so from that description, it just sounds a little bit basic, nothing really new here. Design-wise, it looks to me like what they're really trying to capture here is an interest via fabrics. So our sample was made in a stripe. Similarly, this one was as well. They didn't quite get these, well, they match up down here, but not up top. I think I would have rather them match up here and then fall apart as we get lower. The illustration makes it look like you can do it through and through, but with princess seams, you cannot. It is a princess seam from the waist to the shoulder, right in the middle of the shoulder too. You don't see that super often. Normally it goes into the arm, like into the arm side, or even it'll go into like the lower part of the arm side. So having this go straight up the middle is different than some of the other princess seams, seamed patterns I have. We have a collar stand, or this view has an actual collar. We've got a set-in sleeve. This one has a band and then kind of like a balloon attached to it with a like a wristband. Buttons all the way down. And then you've got some layers to your skirt. This skirt is gathered to the waist seam. This is not gathered, and then the bottom tier is gathered. I don't recommend this one. I mean, you could, but it would kind of like lose the point. If you did it in a solid, you know, it would just be like any other shirt dress, which maybe you don't have a shirt dress pattern yet, so this one's good for you. Or maybe you find that these princess seams are better for you for some reason. I can't think of a good one off the top of my head, but you know what I mean? This is really all about like finding a striped fabric in your stash and using that to highlight this pattern. Okay, so then this one is the one the model was wearing, except she also has the tier on the bottom, but this is the alternate sleeve. Yeah, and then this is the one that the model was wearing in yet another different kind of stripe. Okay, so here's the back. They did put in a center back seam so that you could create this chevron, which is nice. Again, I think I would have had these top ones match and then have it kind of come apart lower. I don't know though. I might be making that up. Fit wise, you guys are seeing this too, right? You're seeing all of these wrinkles through here. I think that the shoulder is too long, which means the shoulder cap is having to be scrunched down. So imagine if we took this on her and we just pulled this up, right? Then all of this would flatten out. All of this would flatten out. So as with every pattern, double check the shoulder length in addition to all of your other circumference measurements. But the length of the bodice looks okay. The length of the sleeve is fine. All of this looks perfectly fine. So yeah, just the shoulder I'm seeing on this one. Fabrics. Let's see if they talk about, yeah, so it says vertical stripes for view C, but obviously for all of the samples and the illustrations, they use vertical stripes for all of them. So when you have the fabric recommendation being something alluding to a print on the pattern pieces, the grain lines and everything will align with that to achieve the look of the sample. All you need for this is buttons. Buttons can get expensive, especially 16 of them. But if your fabric is really the star of the show, the buttons probably shouldn't be. So you could even get those just like really inexpensive shirt dress buttons. Um, Fit wise, we are looking at 4 inches of positive ease in the bust. Yikes. We're also looking at 3.5 in the waist. 4 in the bust feels like a lot. I don't know. Listen, 4 is probably like the most I would go for in this kind of like semi-fitted design. Closer to 2 if you like something fitted. 3 would be like the sweet spot. So depending on where you fall in the size chart and how that relates to your size, somewhere between the 2 and 4 range would be good. If you need help calculating all of that, you can download my Fast Fit worksheet, available on my website, also linked in the description box below. Next, we have this Mimi G pattern, and honestly, this is not a first impression for me. The, what are they called, Grammys were just out, and Simplicity's Instagram recommended this pattern if you wanted to replicate Beyonce's Schiaparelli dress. So I have seen this. Honestly, I'm surprised it was a new pattern from Mimi G. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that was from a few years ago, but no, this is brand new 2025. Design wise, it's pretty simple. But let's get into it. All right, so Mrs. and Women's knit dress. All right, so 10 to 18, 20 to 28. So I always say this when we're talking about Mrs. and Women's patterns all in one. It does seem like a good idea unless you are petite or if you're on the high end of the Mrs. range or the high end of the women's range. Those are the people who will not be able to fit into this pattern. We're missing sizes 20 through 28 in the misses. That is not the same as 20 through 28 in women's. Knits might be a little bit more flexible in that area, but they are going to use different bust cups, for example. The ease will be a little bit different. They're not the same. A 20 misses and a 20 women's is not the same thing. I'm kind of an in-betweeny, so I do tend to wear the Mrs. 20s, 22s. So some of these work for me, some of them don't. So just keep that in mind when you are buying the pattern for your size. Close fit knit dress pattern, short or long floor length, has racer back tank, built-in shelf bra, self-binding around the neckline and armholes. Okay, well, I mean, maybe she was busy. I find that when Mimi's life is very, very busy, we get the simplest of all the simple patterns, and then when not a lot of things are going on at the moment, then we get something super complicated. I have a pattern from her that, do you guys remember? It's like her version, the sample version was like orange and orangey, but they're like high-waisted shorts and a jacket, and it came with a little tank top. I made a version of that. The black tank top I love. I wear it all the time. This feels just like that, just in dress version. So it doesn't feel new or special or different. It honestly doesn't even feel all that like trendy. It's more like a basic, right? It's more like you just need this in your closet just to have, which is important. You know, not everything has to be a trend. But, you know, we look to Mimi for kind of like, you know, the new, the exciting, and this isn't either one of those things to me. We do have a very low cut neckline and also a low cut arm side. I don't know if that's intentional or not, or if the straps are just too long. I want to hike this up to about here to get 2 fingers between your armpit and where the side seam ends. That's kind of the sweet spot for how much underarm you should be showing. So double check I mean, as you should always, the length of the strap. I do want to see, this one's very the same, so they didn't make any alterations from one to the next. Are we going to get to see the back? Okay, cool. So the back just has a center back seam. We didn't even really need that unless it is shaped somehow, which I kind of doubt it is. I bet it's cut on the straight grain. So I don't know, but the racer back is nice. Still a little bit low, but the racer back is nice. And of course, her sample looks meticulous. No issues there. And then we just got a little basic hem. So yeah, nothing revolutionary here, but again, it is one of those that if you're comfortable wearing something close fitting, you will reach for this over and over and over and over and over again. It does have the built-in shelf bra as well, so you don't have to worry about bra straps. So, two-way stretch knits. This C pick a knit rule. I'm going to really start calling them out on this because we are losing resources to be able to shop for patterns in person. So if you can't do that, and this is the only way for us to shop for their patterns, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever it takes for the pattern to come, then find out what kind of fabric I can use. I want to get started on it all right away. I want to buy the fabric. I want to buy the pattern, just like if you were going to a store. So I need them to start putting what the stretch percentage is. They do this for about 1% of their patterns currently. A lot of them, they've just stuck in this thing, which is fine if you're holding the pattern. If you're not, that's useless. So we either need for them to put the illustration, the pick a knit illustration up here, or for them to say it's 50% stretch, it's 70% stretch, whatever it is. There is a lining that's for the shelf bra. You could absolutely do that in self fabric. You do not have to do it in a separate one. Just if you need more support, then, you know, that's when you're going to need to get something a little bit special for the bra. Okay. 1/4 inch elastic. I think that's for the bra. Again, you might want to bump up the width of that if you're more full busted and you want a little bit more support. I'm assuming it's also just like one piece. What I know about lingerie is that if you put in a vertical seam, that also adds a little bit of structure and support. I don't think that she's probably thought all that through, but if you've never done that, you know you're full chested, you know you're going to want more support, look into the lingerie bralettes and see what they're doing to add support for your shelf bra, and then do those things. It's a combination of the fabric, of the lining, the fabric of the dress itself, and the construction of the bra. And then size-wise, finished garment measurements are going to be on the instructions only. You should be getting negative ease. So if your bust measurement is 32.5, the finished garment measurement should be smaller than that. Okay? 1 inch would be like the least. So 31.5. Would be the least amount. If the fabric is really stretchy, then you want to go even more than that. Cool. Okay, now we have detachable 3D flowers. Oh boy. Okay. Mrs. Shirt with detachable 3D flowers. They do have a video, how to sew gathered lily and gathered rose for this pattern. That's interesting. Sizes 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. Loose fitting button down shirt. Sewing pattern has pointed collar, neckband, long sleeves with button cuffs, and shaped hem. Worn with or without fabric flowers. See the video. Do we like the flowers? It is on its face just a button down shirt. So if you have a good button down shirt that you know you love, you don't need to buy this pattern. Watch the video tutorial, make the flowers, and maybe they're doing safety pins, and then you would have nothing left on the shirt. And then there's this one here, this different kind of, also, we don't have any bust darts in this shirt, okay? This is a loose fitting, relaxed button down shirt. Shoulder seam seems okay. Underarm, like the depth, I guess, of the arm size seems okay. For something that's supposed to fit a little bit oversized, it's definitely achieving that. We've got the long length with the curved hem. Sleeves a little bit long, right? But that's easy. Easy for anybody to fix. Okay, so back to the flowers, back to the flowers, back to the flowers. I don't know. Let's see. Chambray, cotton shirting, crepe, linen, poplin, taffeta. Yeah, all of your lightish to mid-weight wovens. All your like shirting type materials. So 11 buttons for the top. Bar pins. So they're like brooches. They're like brooches, so they are detachable. But then that also means, how do you get them in the same place every time? I guess, and they also won't be symmetrical. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? This feels like a reach. This feels like there. I don't know why. It just feels like either you want the shirt with them or you don't, right? I don't know. Feels hokey. Hokey to me. Finished garment measurement wise, it is oversized, right? We've got 14 inches of ease here. You can see the back too has got this gathered detail. We don't get any photos of the back, but you can see it's very, very, very roomy. 14's a lot, so if you're in between sizes, feel free to size down. If you don't like oversized things, feel free to size down twice, maybe even 3 times. The difference between each size is going to be an inch to inch and a half mostly. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like a gimmick, but I mean, it could be okay. I don't know. This is an apron. Great beginner project. You also get these kitchen accessories, which I guess is the mitt and maybe other things. I don't know. We don't cover accessories here because it's not really a garment. All right, this is Mimi's second pattern for the collection. It is a unisex blazer. All the sizes in one, extra small through 2X, oversized lined. Love a lined blazer in the Simplicity line. With double-breasted closure, has dropped shoulders, shoulder pads, 2-piece sleeves, side seam pockets, and hanging loop at back. I would love to see this, Mimi, if you're watching, over the dress. I like to see both of those things together. So, drop shoulders, really, really clean lines. There's no darts, no pleats, no, a welt pocket, none of that. It's very clean, very simple. If you've never sewn a jacket before, this would be a great entry-level jacket for you. It doesn't even have a collar. So, the men's version, what she put here on Norris, I don't love it closed. It could be this fabric, but I don't think so. It's giving Bobby Brown, which I guess is a vibe, right? Like what was he? 80s? Yeah, it's giving more 80s and less this one feels more modern to me, and all they've done is button it or unbutton it. So, it depends on what you're going for. I love a couple photo shoot though. That was a fun idea. Okay, here's his unbuttoned. It's not giving the same as hers. I was going to say I think hers is cut back, but I don't think it is. I think this is still vertical. I think she's just got freaking hips and a butt. And so that's what's pulling this apart a little bit more than Norris, who doesn't have any of that. His is reading a little more straight lined. Interesting. Oh, there's the hanging hook. I don't know if I love that on the outside, but I guess. Small little detail. Here's the 2-piece sleeve seam. You can see that there. Simple to sew. Good entry-level project if you want a jacket. I think that it's not going to be for everyone in terms of like how trendy it is. But I do, again, I want to see this over the dress. So Mimi, if you have both of those garments and you want to put something on Instagram, would love to see it. Cotton blends, double knit, lightweight denim, linen blends, ponte, stretch wovens, wool, and wool blends. Okay, so we're going for those jacketing fabrics. Anything from like a lightweight spring linen all the way up to like a fall wool blend. Um, it is really a blank canvas because there is no seaming, there's no fussy details at all. You could make this out of lots of things. Coming off the Grammys this past Sunday, Troye Sivan wore a 100% chiffon outfit. It was a chiffon suit, basically, and the jacket included was also chiffon. It didn't read super well on the red carpet, but to prove my point, you can make this if they can make a true blazer for him with like the darts and the everything, then this little simple one you could do as well. All right, sizing wise, or let me look at notions. Are there any? Just your buttons, fleece remnants for inside sleeves, and a pair of shoulder pads. So they do have something. This is like put together like a traditional suit in the arm, size, shoulder area. That's how you're able to achieve this. See how it's so like full here? That's because she's sewn some fleece into this seam right here. And then size wise, it should be pretty oversized. Yeah. 7, what would that be? 5 to 7 inches. So this feels like a reasonable amount of oversizedness. 5 to 7 inches. In the hip, we've got 5 to, oh gosh, I'm so bad at math. 3 to 5 in the hip. That feels good. That feels good. Norris's might just be a little bit too big for him. All right, now we've got the American Sewing Guild. Is it all of the proceeds? A portion of the proceeds go to the American Sewing Guild. So this is another way to support your American Sewing Guild. Vest, skirt, and pants. Sizing 6 to 14 and 16 to 24. Semi-fitted unlined vest pattern has princess seams, front button opening, and flaps. Flared gored skirt has stitched hem. Views B and C, which is skirt and pants, have contoured waistband, invisible side zipper, stitched hems. Wide leg pants fitted through hip have side front pockets. Wow, okay. 3 really seemingly complicated, involved patterns in one. This, right now, you're going to see these everywhere this year. From, like, as soon as the weather cools, as weather warms up, you're going to see them all spring, all summer, all fall. Mark my words. It's kind of like the, the waistcoats from last year. This is like, waistcoat 2.0, kind of leaning even more into that kind of vest look, wearing them fully buttoned up over something like that matches, like a set that feels very, very on trend. So good for them for that. Look how snatched she looks really, really great. No collar. We've just got princess seams. The hardest part about this, would be the flaps, and the flaps aren't even going to be that hard. So maybe the hardest part is the buttonholes. It looks like it's complicated, but it's really not. And then we've got the gored skirt. Everyone needs a gored skirt. This one, it reminds me, and you guys hopefully are thinking of the same reference, but it's Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman at the polo match, right? Like anytime I see a chocolate brown polka dot skirt, I'm going to think of that. And then here are your pants, like a nice little classic pant, right? With the pockets and the side seam zipper, contoured waistband, they said. Great little pair of trousers. They're saying that it's gored skirt, but really, I don't know technically with the definition of a gore. I always thought it was the ones that were like triangles, but this just looks like it has 6 panels. So is a panel a gore? I don't know. I have to look that up. We've got the same princess seams in the back. What is this? Why is there a shadow? Maybe it's just too wide through here. I doubt we're going to get any more pictures of that. Yeah. It could have just been a little like droopy because it was too heavy. Something like that. Okay, so boucle, cotton twill, denim, and linen blends. Oh, denim would be so cool. 5 buttons and an invisible zipper. And then no, we're gonna have to wait for the finished garment measurements. But just like any other, semi-fitted garment, you're gonna want again those 2 to 4 inches in the bust, somewhere same in the hip of this garment, and then the skirt should just be fitted at the waist, 1 inch of ease at the waist, and then everything else falls into place from that. And then the pants, 1 inch of ease at the waist, and then the 2 to 4. I like a little bit more in the hips than I do at the bust, but that's kind of your personal preference. So if the finished garment measurements are hitting around there, or hitting those numbers, then you'll be good. Okay, so we're getting into some looks for maybe prom. Spring is always a time when they start to post these kind of gowns, which is interesting because you would think the holidays the holidays do include some as well. So this is like the summery version of or like a warmer weather version of the ball gowns. And then in the fall, we get the holiday ones. Special occasion gowns, yeah. 8 to 16, 18 to 26 on the size range. Surprised that they didn't do this for the smallest, like the 4 to 6, because so many teenagers would probably be looking for prom dresses right now. So that's an interesting choice to me. Long gown, or long lined gown, close fitting through the bodice with deep V neckline, sheer inset, bow detail, invisible back zipper. Skirt has gathers and released pleats at the waist and side seam pockets. View A has contrast bodice. So kind of your classic fit and flare, right? They did put in the modesty panel, which is nice. This has darts. This looks like it's like tapered, right? It looks like it goes out and then down, maybe even a little bit in. Hers just looks regular A-line. And these are supposed to be the same. So I don't know what happened there. Does it just not does this not stand out as much as it should? I don't know. But it definitely looks like it's supposed to have like that kind of teacup shape. Not teacup. Cupcake shape, right? But we're missing that on her. It's not going like this, like I think it should. And I don't know if that's just the pictures. I don't know if somebody wasn't there to show them, no, this is supposed to be this way. If the designer wasn't in the room for the photos, which I gotta imagine they are not. It doesn't these are not the same. But the volume could still be there. They flattened it out. I don't know why. All right. Here's the back. There's your invisible zipper up the back. Yeah, the fit looks pretty good, I gotta say. Even if the design doesn't translate, the fit looks good. It's not like falling off her shoulder. I don't know how much work she's doing to keep it up, but it looks good in the photos anyways. So we're going to have our special occasion fabrics here: brocade, mikado, satin, shantung. And then for the contrast bodice, you could also do a layer of lace or sequin fabric. That embroidered mesh would be really beautiful. All of that kind of stuff. Modesty panel, chiffon or soft tulle. And then lining fabric. Whew. Yeah, she's a bit of a beast. All you need is a zipper. That's good. You can spend a little bit more money on your fabric. And then finished garment measurement wise, yeah, we've got 2 inches in the bust. That's good. And then the waist, no, that's not right. This has got to be hip, right? This has got to be hip. It's not waist. There is literally no way there's 20 inches of ease in the waist. There's an error there. Next, we have a Mrs. and Women's dress with length and sleeve variations. 10 to 18, 20 to 28. So same size range as the other Mrs. and Women's. Fit and flare dress sewing patterns have surplus V neckline. Gathers at skirt, side pockets, narrow hem, invisible back closure. View A and B have drop shoulders, bubble sleeves, self ties inserted into back darts. Okay. View D dress is sleeveless, armholes finished with bi-staple. Surplus I thought meant wrap. I thought surplus meant faux wrap. I could be totally wrong there. To me, this is just a V-neck. The fit is really good. I know you guys are thinking this looks crazy. It's not for everybody, right? I think a combination of the bubble sleeve as well as the long midriff as well as the pointed midriff. Like the drop waist plus the point plus the sleeves. It's a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like one too many things. I think I'm trying to remove myself from this equation. I don't think that this looks good on people who have a belly protrusion. That's why we all want to wear our seams at our waist. That said, though, if I didn't have a belly protrusion, do I like it on her? Because she does not have a belly protrusion. It, obviously very 80s prom, but in this like seersucker fabric. So maybe that's confusing me too. I don't know. And like the tie-dye one, I don't know about that either. Floral could be okay. Yeah, the simpler it gets, the more I like it. Yeah, it's a lot of choices. It's a lot of choices all on one garment. I want to like it. Does that count for anything? Here's the back. So these are the back darts, and that's the tie sewn into them, like it said in the description. The fit looks really good. There is a little bit of stuff happening, but I think that's just because she's like twisted a little bit. It doesn't hit at a weird place in the back. I don't know. I'm just not a drop waist person. I don't mind the sleeves at all, of course, but drop waists are a little challenging. Cotton blends, poplin, sateen, and seersucker. So yeah, they're really wanting this to be like a casual, relaxing dress. I don't know, maybe. I'd have to see it on some more bodies. Like when they're doing these Mrs. and Women's, like I think it's only fair that we see a Mrs. and a Women's model. Like if you're going to combine size ranges into one pattern, you have to make two samples. Like just so we can see. Otherwise, I feel like might as well just be a Mrs. pattern because I don't know any curvy girl that would just blindly buy and make this without seeing it on someone that looks something like them. An invisible zipper is all you need, and bias tape for the sleeveless version. And then body measurement wise, we've got 2.5 inches of ease in the bust and 2.5 in the waist. Yeah, again, as you guys have heard by now, that's normal. Yeah, I'm surprised it isn't Laura Ashley, right? It's giving Laura Ashley for sure. We've got some more detachable flowers coming in. This is a Mrs. and Mrs. Petite dress. So what does that mean? Sizes 4 through 12 and then 12 through 20. So literally their smallest sizes that are available. Again, probably trying to cater toward prom. Yeah, it feels like they're trying to get us to try a new craft. I think that's what feels icky about these detachable flowers. The detachable part is the gimmick to me. But it's also like, cynical me is like, what else are you trying to get me to buy? I don't know. That's just how my brain works. Okay, so here it is in its plainest version. Fisheye darts. Yeah, not a lot going on. It does seem to fit well, although we can't see anything going on under here. The darts are maybe a little bit long, right? One of them ends here. There's a side dart as well. Little bit long for a petite. And then she's walking, so that's what all of this is. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. The flowers are really the moment here, right? Oh, there's the back. Okay, fit. Fit is pretty darn good. Fisheye dart here, and here. This one might go into the seam. I would love to know. We're going to look at notions, but if there's elastic in here, that would be good. But man, this is one of their best fitting things I've seen. Okay, so crepe, linen blends, Mikado, PK, and satin. So knowing that all of these have like zero stretch, the fit is even more impressive. You could use stuff like stretch crepe. You could use stretch satin. You could use sateen. But a brocade doesn't have any stretch in it. But if we're going back to non-stretch items, you could, of course, do the brocade. Again, it's another one of those like Mimi's dress pattern where it's like such a blank canvas. Especially if you're making the version without the thingamajigs. I think they got confused here. Oh, A and C. No, this is just C. Anyways, this could be made literally from anything. Anything from denim all the way up to like brocade, tweed, all the things. So whatever you, and I'm sure it doesn't take that much fabric either. Let's look at that. Um Fabric requirements up to 2-ish yards depending on the size you're making. Oh, and that's for the short version. The long one is a little bit more than 3. Actually, it's closer to 4. So it does take a little bit more fabric than I thought, I guess, but probably because it's not cut up. Anyways, okay, so notions, an invisible zipper and bar pins. So there is nothing here at all to hold that to the body. Again, stealing from like more couture type stuff, I would want to put something in there just to make sure that stays really close fitting to the body. Same thing, same that you would do for like a V-neck, that's all cut on the bias. You know what I mean? You really don't want that to stretch out. So, and then finish garment measurement wise, 29 to 33. That's 3.5 inches. No, I don't know about 3.5 inches in the bust for sure. 3 in the waist, okay, fine. And then 3.5 in the hip is fine. I would want this to be more close fitting in the bust. And for her, it looks like maybe she has 1 or 2 inches of ease, but okay, so this is a Mrs. top with sleeve variations, 4 to 12 and 14 to 22. So this is not a Mrs. Petite, but it does include the smaller sizes. Those of you who sew the Mrs. Petite specifically patterns, are there lines or instructions for shortening the length of those things so that your bust hits at your bust and your waist, the waistline hits at the waist, so on and so forth? Is that the difference? Like, why is this one not also Mrs. Petite if it includes size 4 and 6? That's my question. I will also welcome anybody's theories on this as well in the comments section. Like, let's chat about it. A fitted funnel neck top sewing pattern has invisible back zipper. View A is bias cut. Interesting. Views A and B have decorative button detail on the sleeve, I think. View C has long sleeves with button cuffs and continuous lap opening. Oh yeah, there is a big button right there. Bias cut for this. Yeah, I mean, it's still going to look really good. Again, the darts are really long. And the button detail feels like a little bit of a nod to like vintage something. But it's, yeah, not complicated. Very easy to sew. Very easy to sew. Is she an A? I wonder. They're saying she's an A. So this is the bias cut version. I mean, it does look pretty sharp, right? Like, darts are definitely too long, but it looks very expensive. The illustrations really don't do it justice. And this feels like a completely different top to me, just by adding the sleeves on. And then we have the back darts as well. Nice. It's simple, right? There's not a lot to say about this design-wise, but it does have an impact, which I'm here for that. It's that quiet luxury kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's like brands like The Row and Eileen Fisher. They do this really well. So crepe, linen blends, they're really trying to, I don't know about linen for everything. Crepe for sure. And then they just generally say medium weight fabrics. Rayon blends and stable knits. Yeah, I think the crepe is really, I mean, that's really the one that you should be making it out of. Crepe is not hard to find. Maybe some kind of like satins and stuff would be okay as well. I don't know. I'd have to see it. It's one of those. It needs to be, yeah, medium weight with a little bit of drape to it, a little bit. So like challis wouldn't work. It's got to have some meat to it. And all you need is the zipper. And then I'd hoped it was a 1 yard wonder. It's close, 1.5 yards. But it's 1.5 yards no matter which view you make. So surprisingly, view C is also 1.5 yards. I don't know about that. That feels like the math isn't mathing, but I could be wrong. I've seen weirder things. And then the same thing with the E's. So 3.5 inches, which is the same as the yellow dress that we just saw. Yeah, this is a little bit more forgiving than that yellow dress is, so 3.5 could work. But yeah, it's expensive looking for sure. Next we have, good grief with the flowers. Okay, I'm over it. I'm over it and I'm annoyed now. What are they doing? Like, quit trying to make fetch a thing. Quit trying to make detachable flowers a thing. Oh god. Okay, wrap skirt. 8 to 16, 18 to 26, wrap skirt sewing pattern in 2 links with detachable 3D flower and frayed edges. Wrap skirts fitted through hip have contoured waistband, button closure, side seam pockets. Views A and B have fringe detail. And then this is how you sew the flower. Okay. Oh, it's a fringy flower too. Okay. Sure. So, contoured waistband. I'm sure there's like a hook and bar or something. And then you fray out the wrap. It's cute. I am kind of curious as to why this is kicking out so much. And you can also see that almost like right here, there's like a point where it kind of wants to like buckle. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe because it sits so low on her waist. I don't know. That something about this doesn't feel great. It doesn't look the best either. It could be because she's walking, but I don't think so. I think the whole thing needs to, I don't know. I'd have to get in there with her and be like futzing around. Maybe, well, I'd look at the pattern pieces too. How angled is this? It doesn't look like that when she's in the pictures. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like that at all. So that feels more pencil skirty to me, whereas her version is like back darts. Yeah, I'm thinking it's too big and it's falling down on her a little bit. And so that's what's causing those issues. That's what I'm going to go with. It's a sizing thing. They're recommending denim, linen blends, and tweed because you have to be able to fray it. Well, you don't have to, but if you want to fray it, those are the fabrics for that. If you don't want to fray it, then you can do crepe, gabardine, wool suiting. I mean, again, it's kind of like a blank slate. Like, you can make it out of tons of fabrics. You just don't want to go too lightweight. And then all you need is 3 buttons and the bar pin if you're going to be attaching the flowers. Yes, here is our no. No, it says it has 1 inch of ease at the waist. It doesn't say anything about the waist being 1 inch about the waistband being 1 inch below the waist. Doesn't it normally say that if it's low rise or mid rise? The hip only has 4 inches of ease in it too, so yeah, I don't know. Something's off with this sample. Imagine if we pulled this up to her natural waist, then this would come back in, I think. But regardless of that, when you make it for yourself in your own size, I think it's a cute little design. Again, I'm not so sure about the flower, but okay, now we have a pair of pants and shorts. Mrs. Sizing, extra small through 2X, alphanumeric pants. Okay, all of them are in one envelope though, so that's good. Pull-on shorts and pants have sewing pattern. Pull-on shorts and pants sewing pattern have elasticated waist, inverted pleats, and side seam pockets. View A and B have back patch pockets. So these are elastic waist pants. Got it. These are a bit of a low rise. Not my favorite for wide leg pants. Can you see why when we're looking at her, and remember, she's like a size 4 at most in the stores. So if she looks off, then on us, fuller figured people, then you can imagine it just kind of like exacerbates those. But the proportions are off. Look how long her torso looks and look how short her legs look. If we had this come all the way up to here, then we would have that snatched in little waist. We don't have any snatching. She's just like a rectangle right now with this through the middle. We want to have the rule of thirds, and there's no thirds. Yeah, okay. Oh, wedgie central. That's because this is too, like, there's way, way, way too much fabric here for her. I mean, she's even got kind of a booty and it's still just like way too much fabric. Also, a lot in the inseam. These are a mess. These are a mess. These are not worth it. There are plenty of other elastic waist pants for you to buy that fit better than these. So, or at least like starting point, coming out of the envelope, the tissue paper, if you sewed it just as is, you'd be closer. It would just look better than these would if you sewed these right out of the. These are going to take a lot of work to make look good, is my point. Regardless, they're recommending cotton blends, crepes, lightweight twill, linen, and poplin. So they are kind of going for that suiting look, not a drapey crepe rayon challis type of pant, but something with some structure to it. And you need a bunch of 1-inch elastic because the waistband has multiple rows of it. And then the hip has like 10 inches of ease. The waist is being pulled in by the elastic, so they aren't giving us that. But yeah, these are going to take a lot of work. So I'd start somewhere else, unless you're on a journey where pattern alterations is something you want to play around with. This might be a good pattern for that because, you're starting off pretty bad. Next, we have Madeline's new pattern. She is the resident lingerie designer, but she's been kind of blurring the lines between lingerie and garments. And this is another example of that. She's calling it a corset dress, extra small to extra large, and then 1X to 5X. Again, extra large and 1X are not the same. Dress sewing pattern with corseted bodice has knit back, wide elastic waistband, and knit full length skirt with contrast lace fabric godets. Godets, okay. Lingerie constructed bodice has boning, foam lined cups with underwires, contrast lace panels, bust cups, velvet band trim accents. Knit banding finishes the back and underarm sections, extending into adjustable straps with bra slides and rings. Dress closes with back invisible zipper. Okay, and hook and eye tape. Includes bust cups A through J. Okay, so it's a knit. Oh, knit. That's not a knit. Is this a knit? I don't know. I don't know a lot about lingerie. I know very, very little, so I'm going to have not a ton to say about this because it's not going to make sense to me. Taking in kind of the design of it, it's fine. I would never wear this to Target. It's cool. Are you supposed to? Is that the outside? Or is it an undergarment? See, I don't know. I guess that's the blurry part, is that it could be either or. I barely wear any undergarments as it is, so I'm definitely not futzing around with underwire and velvet trim and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now we have a Mrs. dress with length and sleeve variations, 8 through 16, 18 through 26. Fit and flare dress sewing pattern has V neckline, side seam pockets, center back zipper closure. View A and B have short fold back sleeves and angled flap detail applied to the top of the pocket. View C is sleeveless. Okay, so it is your panel dress. These typically look exceptional on every single body type. No matter where your curves live, these look really good. Classic design. This one does have it is a sleeve, right? It's not a grown on. There is an actual sleeve, like arm size sleeve seam, with this sleeve detail. And then the pockets have a flap, I guess. And then midi length. This one's denim with top stitching. That's the one she's wearing. And then there's a little mini length as well. I'm kind of thinking the skirt is very full. So it looks heavy, right? Doesn't it just look heavy? Like your eyes are just going down to the bottom. Like you're not seeing her face at all. Maybe because the pockets are on her high hip as well. Yeah, it just feels like heavy is the best way to explain it. I wonder if the shorter length would read a little bit more cute, flirty. Also, the fabrication. I'm not entirely sure what they use. This just might be a little too, not too plain, but too, like, I don't know, boring, blah. Let it, you guys are, what's the difference between that and plain? I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. I don't know how to say what I'm thinking, but it's just drab. Drab is the word. Drab is the word. It's all a little drab. When I think it could be cute. Like I've owned dresses with this, like ready to wear dresses with this, and they are super flattering. Hers might also be big. Maybe that's part of it too. Like it does give a little bit more of a snatch than they're alluding to here. Yeah, see how much room there is in here for her? That's way, way, way too much. Okay, so that helps. I think that it's too big. The fabric is drab. The design, I think we need to give this one a little bit more credit than the sample is doing. And I hate when the samples don't turn out well or the photographs of the sample don't turn out well because then people don't even look at the line drawings. But this is actually a really good pattern. Having something like this in your stash would be good. It's just different than other fit and flare dresses. And again, they look great on all body types. They're recommending broadcloth, gabardine, poplin, stable knits, suiting fabrics, wool blends. Yeah, I see the little one even in like in a tweed or something. They don't mention denim, but this was pictured in denim, so obviously that as well. And then you'll need a zipper and bias tape if you're doing the sleeveless version. So in the waist, they have 4 inches of ease. I think that's way too much. It should be more like a fit and flare. It should be like it has a waist seam, but it doesn't. So I'm thinking closer to 2 inches of ease in the waist. I almost would start there and then grade up or down from there. But again, they're super comfortable. There's literally nothing cutting into you, like no horizontal seams at all, and you look like $1,000,000. Hers is just way too big. All right, now we have this number. Wow. Special occasion dress and slip. Sizes 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. Unlined sleeveless dress sewing pattern. Has stand-up collar extending into tie ends. Front neckline gathers. Bias armhole facings. Bias armhole facings. Take that in for a second. Okay. And slit opening at back of neck, close fitting, unlined slip, has invisible side seam zipper closure. Okay, so this is meant for your sheer dresses. Okay, it's got this big, oh, okay, so it's hard to tell. This is a mock neck or like a turtleneck, really. This behind her, this is a bow. I thought this was some kind of like really wavy oversized like clown collar type thing. It's not. This is the collar and this is the bow. So the back should have some drama. You can absolutely make this not sheer, right? Or make it sheer and wear your little slip underneath. I do wish the slip was shorter. The slip has French darts. My goodness. Fancy for a slip. There it is. There it is. Okie dokie. Okay, so here's the back. Nice. The neckline has nice long ties and it ties into a bow. Big bow. I almost wish they were longer, but they really opted to make a very full bow. You can adjust that. That's fine. And yeah, interesting. Working with mesh, working with netting, tool, all of that kind of stuff is a bit of its skill in and of itself. I wonder if they're doing French seams. I wonder like what kind of skills would you take away? Baby hem, are they telling you like how to work with these fabrics? Because they can be a little tricky. Charmeuse, chiffon, and organza for the outer layer. Crepe back satin for the slip. The slip I assumed would be stretch. It is not. It is a woven slip. It also has, for what it's worth, this little slip pattern is doing the most. French darts in the front and fisheye in the back. Excuse me? Like, buy this pattern for this if you like a little flirty fitted number. Kind of similar to the yellow one, the one shoulder one. I bet this looks great just by itself. That's why you always got to look at the line drawings. Okay, hook and eye closure for the sheer version, and then this has an invisible zipper on the side. That is a great little dress. Sizing and fit wise, we've got 3 inches in the bust. This is for the outer layer. Okay. 3 inches in the bust for the outer layer. Yeah, still a little bit fitted, surprisingly. And then for the little fitted dress underneath, you've got 1 inch in the bust, 4 inches in the waist, and 2 inches in the hip. I'm not wearing that to any, if I were going somewhere on a special occasion, it wouldn't be this. I can maybe appreciate this though as not a sheer. I can appreciate it as 2 separate dresses maybe. Okay, next we have a tweed suit, short suit. Mrs. and Mrs. Petite jacket, shorts, and pants. Okay, so interesting. So the petite does not include 4 and 6. So it has to have something to do with the pattern pieces. They must have more lengthened shortened lines. Is that what it is? Sizes 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. Fitted lined cardigan. Oh, cardigan style jacket. Okay. Has self-bias fringe, front hook and eye closure, shoulder pads, long 2-piece sleeves, bust darts, patch pockets. Fitted wide leg pants or shorts have contoured waistband with button closure, zipper fly, and self-bias fringe. So it is your Chanel suit simplicity version. Yeah, this looks really good. I think it's called a cardigan style because it doesn't cross over anywhere. Pockets are in a great spot. Sleeves are a skosh short, but then you've got your pant or short. Full fly construction. I see. So they're encouraging you to make this a set, but then have like a normal pair of pants too, where you can also still wear with the jacket. That's okay. I'm here for that little capsule idea. It's like bring your pants, so wear your pants and the jacket to work, right? Bring the shorts with you, like in your bag, and then you switch into them whenever it's like day to night, but spring version. Day to night. Yeah. Not much to say about the design. It's pretty basic. The fit looks great on her. Everything about the fit. I don't see anything wrong with any of this. So that's good. Boucle, linen blends, tweed. It has to be frayable in order to get that fringe. And then lining fabrics, shoulder pads, medium hook and eyes, and a zipper for the shorts or pants. And then finished garment measurements are on the pattern. Yeah, it's, again, we've seen stuff like this a bunch if you've been sewing for a while. I like that it's a simplicity option, not just Vogue, right? That high-end designer stuff isn't just relegated to the Vogue patterns, but also simplicity. So we've got a vintage bolero suit and bodice next. 8 to 16, 18 to 26, 1950s bolero suit and bodice sewing pattern, front button closing, and shoulder straps style the fitted bodice. 4 gorge skirt is flared with soft pleats at front waistline. The flared back, okay, comma, bolero, has a front button closing set-in sleeves. View 1 has long sleeves and pointed cuff. View 2 had the collar and cuffs and belt are of contrasting fabric. The sleeves are 3/4 length. A bolero is a fancy word for a cropped jacket. I love a cropped jacket. Adore. This one comes with this cute little button front corset situation. And then the skirt, yeah, the skirt is like here nor there, like whatever. The skirt feels a little bit like a throwaway. These two things, though, hello. Look at this with the side dart and then the two waist darts. Here it is in all the same fabric. I need to see line drawings. Let's go down here. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yes to this a million times over. This, yeah, it did. It has long shoulder darts in the front. 2 darts in the elbow. I don't love the turn back cuff, but you can alter that. How stinking cute. Love this, love this. Okay, we are looking at cotton types, linen types, wool types, bengaline, cotton types, rayons, taffeta, wool types. View 2 contrast. Cotton types, fail, velvet, velveteen. Lining apparently is optional. A zipper or snaps, hooks and eye, 5 buttons, triangular shoulder pads, grosgrain belt, or grosgrain for belt backing, belt buckle. Lots of notions on this one, actually. And finished garment measurements are not included on the pattern. But what an unassuming little number here. I love these two things. Again, not really here for the skirt style for me, but these two, I like those. Those are good. We also have vintage wise. Oh, nope, we're going non-vintage here for a second. Issa Rae, is that you? Issa, welcome to Sewing Patterns. Not so much actually, whenever you zoom in. All right, so this is a Mrs. and Women's jacket and pants. 10 to 18, 20 to 28, fitted line jacket. Sewing pattern has notch collar, extended collar, shoulder pads, 2-piece, slightly flared sleeves, and princess seaming. Wide leg pants, semi-fitted through hip, have side front pockets, zipper, fly, and belt loops. It's surprising to me we're seeing so much suiting. Or is this because the trend is for people to go back to the office? So we're bringing back a lot of this office wear again? Or, like, what's the deal? This, I don't know why, this reminds me of Erica Bunker. Maybe the flared sleeve, I think she does that a lot. I don't know, but this under bust seaming and then this like mirror of that, so pretty. As well as these princess seams, hello. The blue with the black buttons, ain't it? This is another like weird sample choices. It has a very wide collar as well. I'd want this to be a little bit, shave this off a little bit. It's almost like, it's not too big for her, but it's almost, no, because this is huge. I don't love this oversized collar, I guess, is my point. Pants are fine. Fit, yeah, there's some issues. I think that this is too deep, which is what's causing a lot of these issues actually. And this is just hard to read because she's got her arm bent. But you can see the pretty lining inside. Okay, here's the back. Back looks great. Back looks awesome. Solid 8 out of 10. Cute, different suit, right? It's definitely not something normal that you see every single day. I love that. Crepe, linen blends, men's suiting. I don't like that we had to put a gender on that. Can't we just say suiting? 5 buttons, 1 pair of shoulder pads, fleece remnants for the sleeve heads, and a zipper for the pants. Ease wise, yeah, it's some room for a shirt to wear underneath for sure. 4.5 inches in the bust, 5 in the waist for the jacket. In the pant, there's only 2.5, which still feels like a lot for the pant waistband. And then the hip measurement for the pants has 3.5 inches of ease as well. That also feels a little not enough. Hers look very roomy. Maybe this is big on her. I don't know. Either way, I'm never going to wear a suit again. Like, I have no reason to ever wear a suit. At least I kind of hope not. Like, I don't want to have to wear whatever it is that would require me to wear a suit. I don't want that in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I have to go to court. I don't want to go to court. You know what I mean? Like, what else would you have to wear a suit for? I don't know. 1950 two-piece play suit in two lengths. Sizing 6 to 14 and 16 to 24. Vintage Simplicity 1950s two-piece play suit in two lengths and skirt sewing pattern. Sleeveless top may be worn with or without shoulder straps. Okay. Skirt is gathered. Style 1 features knee-length pants and top stitch trim. The short pants in style 2 are cuffed. So it's not a play suit. It's shorts and a top, right? Yeah, all separates. All separates. I don't know. I really like the other little vest one better than this one. The other vintage pattern. This still has some good details, but not as great as the other ones. And then these are like the true epitome of pencil pants. They're even like tapered pencil pants. Then you've got your full gathered skirt and your shorts, your cuffed shorts. Yeah, it's okay. This is gonna be hard for anyone to pull off. I saw that Free People was like, they must have made like 10 reels about capris, and I'm just like, I'll never ever do capris again. Like, I don't care how many reels. Also, why is she carrying her skirt around like that? Are you supposed to throw this on over top? Is that what makes it a play suit? Is that you can be businessy, and then if you have to go take care of the kids later, you just take that off and you're ready to like rumble? I don't know. Oh gosh. Cotton types, denim, linen types, and rayon. Lengthwise striped cotton for the shorts and the skirt. All right. Linen or rayon, lining optional, but lots of notions. Lots of notions. And then finished measurements are on the pattern. Yeah, this one isn't really resonating for me as much as the other one was. It's cute if you really like 50s and vintage. But modernizing that, I'm not going to bother. Okay, now we have this 1960s cape and dress. I swear I have the original version of this. No, I definitely don't have that. This looks familiar though. Sizing 6 to 14 and 14 to 22. There's an overlap there, which, why they do that sometimes and not other times, I have no idea. Cape and dress sewing pattern, lined dress with dart interest, has back zipper, roll collar, patch pockets, short set-in sleeves, and optional top stitching and purchase belt. The lined cape with optional top stitching features shaped front opening fastened with buttons and buttonholes. Yeah, this kind of feels like a designer pattern. Like you'd almost see it like in a Dior museum or something. This is very interesting. I don't wear capes because I have to drive. But it is cool. I could see Melania in this. I could see, how she always tries to be Jackie O. I could see, yeah, it's interesting. It's cute. It definitely, if you made this and wore this, you would definitely get lots of compliments. It's just not something that fits into my lifestyle. It's still cute. The dress, if I don't have a dress like this, I've made one like this, I swear, where the darts, I guess, empty into the pockets. Cute little shift dress number for sure. Again, blank slate, right? Use up those hard to use fabrics. You can do it in something simple as well. Like they're recommending cotton blends. Like PK came to mind immediately. Double knits, homespun, linen. Oh, there's PK. Silk and worsted silk. I'm sorry. Silk and worsted silks. That's confusing. Synthetic and blends. Tweed, wool flannel, wool gabardine, wool. Okay, you got it. Seam binding, zipper, 2 buttons. And then they're giving us, this must all be for the dress, waist and hip. Why aren't we getting the, oh, bust, waist, and hip? 4.5 in the bust, 7 in the waist, and 7-ish in the hip? Really? That's a lot. That's a lot. You can size down. You can size down. Again, we're looking for like 2, 2 and 4, maybe 3, 3 and 6, something like that. But if you, yeah, just make the little, if you don't, I mean, if the cape doesn't fit into your life, that's fine. The little dress is cute. You can definitely do it out of some really, really unique, interesting, fun fabrics because it is so plain. Simplicity, leaning into the simplicity of it this time. We've got another little vest. I told you these waistcoats are going to be everywhere. This is, they're calling it a Mrs. Top. 6 to 14, 16 to 24. Vest style top patterns have button, front closure, and lining. View B has contrast on the sides. C and D are halter vests. That's new and different for the of all the vest patterns we've seen. Notched lapel collar, scalloped shawl collar. Scalloped shawl collar. Oh, that's cute. View B has contrast on the sides. They repeated that twice. Views A, B, and C have top stitching details, separate pattern pieces for cup sizes. Look at this. How stinking cute is that? Now, scallops are not easy to sew, especially face framing. Like, people are going to notice them, so they have to be clean. So clip into these, do your little notches, all the things to make sure that those curved seams lay super flat. But yeah, I have a zip up version of this that I thrifted it. I love it. You throw it on over anything. Put this, you don't have to wear this as a top. You can totally wear it as a layering piece over like your fall dresses. It gives them like a little bit more life into the spring for sure. Them pairing her version, the sample, with those mom jeans. Oh God. Trying too hard. You didn't have to go that hard. You really didn't. And then there's the pretty halter back. How are we getting into this? But oh, I guess you slip it over your head and then button it up. Oh, the scallop has back scallops as well. I need a scallop vest. Denim, linen, suiting fabrics, twill. 4 buttons is all you need for that. Notions wise, not a ton of fabric. View D with the scallops that I like so much is pretty much a 1.25 yard. I feel like anytime it's a 1.25 yards, I'm like, I can do it out of 1 yard. I know I can. And then I play pattern Tetris for an hour. Yeah, and then ease wise, 3.5 inches in the bust again, and then 4 in the waist. So a little bit more roomy than they're presenting here. There's not 4 inches, right? No one's seeing 4 inches, so that's a little misleading. But if you're going to layer it, that gives you some room to work with that. Or you can size down, then take smaller seam allowances and work your way back up. Okay, so I hate having to scroll every single time. Now we've got more aprons, cropped corset, and skirt by Madeline. I'll take a quick look at this. Again, trying to make it like clothing a little bit more. 8 to 16, 18 to 26, lined, boned, cropped corset sewing pattern. Has shoulder straps with back grommet ribbon or cord attachments, front lacing, self fabric bias bound edges, mini length pleated skirt, has contoured waistband, side zipper, asymmetrical front, revealing contrast shorts. It's a skirt. It's a skirt. That's cute. These pleated skirts do not look good on me. My butt is way too big. It just sticks out. It's just not a good look. But yeah, I think the girlies are really going to like this one. The ones who are sewing in their like late teens, 20s, I could see them asking me to help them learn how to sew this. It doesn't even have to be a contrast short. I don't know how to make a corset to save my life, but I can make that skirt for sure. If it looked good. I know that they don't. Even if like they fit well, it just sticks out no matter what, and it's not for me. Okay, barrel leg jeans. I'm surprised it took us so long to get here. We finally got a pair, a sewing pattern. Pants and shorts. No one needs barrel shorts, but really no one needs barrel jeans either, but again, here we are. 4 to 12, 14 to 22. Stylish which means trendy, which means next year no one's going to be wearing this. Patterns and shorts have waistband with belt loops, back darts, fly front zipper with button closure, barrel leg pants are ankle length and have partially sewn darts at the knee. Create pants with or without pockets, semi-fitted shorts in mid-thigh length, have front and back pockets with top stitching details. So, did it say anything about it being low waist? All kinds of pocketing details. You've got your little dart situation. It does look like her legs are bow-legged. That's the point. It's supposed to go out like this. It does look cute on some people. I don't think it matters like your body shape. I think it matters your attitude. If you're a trendy girl, you know, and you balance it right with the right top, it's cute. I'm not taking that away from it at all. It's just, you know, a flash in the pan in terms of trends. Not going to be those ones that become a classic, that's for sure. Chino, cotton blends, denim, twill, not suitable for stripes or plaids. Oh, can you imagine? A zipper, hip measurement is the only one they're giving us, and it has quite a roomy hip. I don't know why they made these into a short option. Like, I've never seen barrel shorts, and if I did, I don't know. I don't know. This feels silly. But these are really trendy, and if you want to make your own version, you definitely can. With this pattern. Yeah, I mean, there are some interesting details even in the shorts, but I don't know. Okay, pattern unisex jacket, shorts, and pants. All the sizing in one, alphanumeric, extra small to 2X, unisex jacket. Sewing pattern with zipper front opening, has collar, drop shoulders, elastic at cuffs, and side seam pockets. Pull-on pants and shorts have elastic waistband, adjustable front ties, back darts, side pockets. View C, pants have side seam zipper at ankles. Okay, so they're going for the athleisure-ish, but this is like I thought it was going to be sweatshirting. It's not. It's like a nylon. I don't know. Unisex pants and shorts. I mean, I guess loose fitting elastic pull-on ones are better, but I still think crotch curves from man to woman have got to be different. They just have definitely different shapes, right? I don't know. I guess this is not what I'm seeing people athleisure wearing. Maybe they're wearing this. Okay, I'll give them this. Feels a little bit more trendy. This feels old. This feels not it right now. This with biker shorts for sure. But maybe because they wanted to make it unisex, they're not going to put him in biker shorts, so they're like, forget it. I don't know. Maybe they could have done his pants like this, and then hers would be biker shorts. Would that still be considered unisex, or would it be like some for him, some for her? I don't know. Yeah, oh, that's cool. Okay. That kind of looks like a prison uniform. Oh gosh. Cotton blends, nylon blends, techwear fabric, ripstop nylon, polyester blends. So, yeah, definitely that like windbreaker vibe. Okay. And then very roomy in the jacket. Hip measurement, yeah, they're giving 3 inches at least. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time forming an opinion about this one. Other than it's just meh. Maybe it's the colors of it too. Like these colors are so sad. Definitely not springy and bright and fun. 1950s dress and jacket. 8 to 16, 18 to 26. One-piece dress and jacket. Aren't all dresses one piece? I'm confused. Dress has soft waistline pleats and kimono sleeves style the bodice. Skirt features center and side kick pleats. Oh, side kick pleats. Version A has high neckline with bow. Version B is low cut with a bow at the neck edge. The boxy jacket has 3/4 sleeves in version A. Short sleeve versions in version B. Collar and lapel are cut in one. This is the deep with the bow. This is the higher with the bow. Jacket with 2 of these pockets on one side. Yeah, I'd like to look at the line drawings on this. Let's see. I do really adore these little kick pleats for sure. Oh yeah, there are 4 pockets across the front. All your normal pleating. This is a really very stylish collar. Yeah, I'm here for it. I don't love the illustrations, maybe. I don't know why. I don't know why. The illustrations just weren't speaking. But if you look at the line drawings, I do think they're pretty darn cute, actually. Version A, even or uneven wool plaids or rayon. Version A, contrast, cotton, jersey, or rayon. Version B, cotton or rayon. This would be the contrast. So they want a rayon. Oh. So that it looks like a blouse and a skirt, but really it's all one piece. And you put the jacket on, it looks like a suit with a blouse. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe the 50s just like aren't really my vibe. Okay. God, this is like literally the collection that never ends. Knit Tops, Overalls, and Jumper by Elaine Heigl. Do we know Elaine Heigl? I don't know. 8 to 16, 18 to 26. Fitted, pullover, knit top sewing patterns can be made sleeveless with mock turtleneck or with short sleeves and round neckline finished with narrow neckband. Relaxed fit overalls and jumpers have deep armholes, front and back yokes, wide faux buttoned shoulder straps, patch pockets, top stitching, pull-on wide-legged overalls are cropped. A-line pullover jumpers can be made in below or above knee length. Well, Lord knows I love a jumper. I love an overall. These cropped ones are not it for me, but I would make them floor length or shorts. I'm not going to do capris, guys. I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it. I just refuse. I'm putting my foot down. This little dress version is cute. It's really big. Like you can see, like really, really big. Which I guess they're supposed to be to a degree, but also, what is this? Yeah, something happened with the shirt. Maybe it stretched out a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it has to be this big. It can be a little bit closer fitting than that. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. All right, we do have a bit of a wedgie situation. So I guess the rise, if you want to call it that, isn't long enough. Easy fix. I have to, make alterations for my crotch all all the time anyways. That's a weird thing to say on the internet, but also the pants don't look as big as the dress does for some reason. Well, I guess it does. I guess it's not so much big side to side as it is front to back. How does that even happen? And I like that the shirt comes with it. Stretch knits only, such as interlock jerseys, stretch velvet. See, pick a knit rule. No. And then C, D, and E, which is a jumpsuit in chalet. No. Corduroy, cotton types denim, double knits, gabardine, lightweight wool and woolens. Yes. Linen type, sateen, sweatshirt fleece. Yes. Twill. Yes. Chalet? No. Chalet's a weird choice. You just need a couple buttons, and finished garment measurements are on the instructions. Yeah, I quite like these. There's definitely some crotch issues going on here. Definitely something happening with just like the overall width of this dress, but the top is cute. Yeah, it's cute. It's very homespun. It's very like homey. Definitely easy to wear. I love stuff like that. Okay, carrying on, we have a women's dress. Women's and misses dress with tie belt. Shirt dress. Okay. Oh, see, this is what I like to see. 10 to 18, 20 to 28, and 30 to 38. So it is a full women's range. We haven't seen that yet in this entire collection. And then the middle of the misses range. Dress patterns and 3-length variations have front button opening, collar band, drop shoulders, front patch pockets, back yoke, back darts, and sleeve variations. View A has long sleeve with cuffs. View B has rolled sleeves with button tab. It is your classic shirt dress. Classic denim shirt dress. There's nothing revolutionary about this at all. It's got that same little sleeve detail as that other dress pattern. Maybe it doesn't button all the way up. Maybe that's something new and fresh and different, but it's really... I wonder if some of these patterns, because there are so many from this collection, if they weren't just like sitting around somewhere and they were like, well, let's just release them. This is kind of interesting, but again, not even really. The fisheye darts, now, that's different. I don't always see that, and I kind of love how they top stitched it too. So the back is the most interesting part of this thing. I mean, come on. The back is actually really interesting. Cotton blends, denim, linen, twill, lengthwise stripes. Yeah. If you've just started sewing and you need a shirt dress, okay, fine. You've probably got one if you've been sewing for a minute. Next, okay. Mrs. Jacket and Pants. 8 to 16, 18 to 26, double-breasted jacket sewing pattern has shoulder flange, front pockets with flaps and elastic at sleeves and hem. Cropped pants with front pleats have waistband with belt loops. Fly front zipper, button closure. Interesting. I don't know what to make of this. I think the jacket is really cool. The pants are cool, not for me though. And then together it feels strange. It's probably proportions again, right? Because we don't have our little rule of thirds going. She's split in half. So again, her legs look really short. And because the pants are like balloony like this, thank God she's standing at an angle. Otherwise, yeah, it would just wouldn't be doing anything for her. This needs to be shorter or something. Did it not say cropped jacket? Double-breasted jacket. So if it's just a double-breasted jacket, kind of like a bomber, I don't know. Again, kind of confusing. Ooh, opened. Do I like it better? Oh, I like the jacket. I definitely get the idea of the jacket. Maybe because they're so matchy. Something's not giving. Oh. Okay, that's worse. I think the jacket needs to be shorter. That's going to be my final answer to improve how I would improve this. Chino, cotton blends, gabardine, twill, elastic and buttons for that. And then the pants are the only thing we really need to be concerned with here. And they aren't giving us finished garment measurements. I guess they are. Waist is going to be 1 inch, great, and hip is going to be a lot. 11 inches, 12 inches, something like that. This obviously looks like Thriller, like Michael Jackson. Anytime you have a shoulder flange, that it's just going to remind you of that. That's how iconic that jacket is. The rest of the front, I do like the front. Something about these two things together, it's a lot is happening. They don't work well together. Like the jacket needs like a wide leg pant, high waisted, and then the pant needs like a close fitting top, not this. That's why I think maybe the picture where it was open is a little bit better, but still not great. I think someone's gonna make that and it's gonna look really cool. This just isn't it. All right, we have a skirt now. A Mrs. Skirt, size 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. Flared skirt patterns in 2 lengths. Have waistband with belt loops, fly front zipper with button closure, front pockets, top stitching details. View C. Skirt has contrast godets. See, these are what I thought godets are. Okay, so a drop waist skirt that either has these flat panels or more. Oh, wait, this is the same? Oh, A is short. See, this isn't giving this, ruffly kind of bottom. This isn't happening here. So that's why I thought they were 2 separate things. And then C with the godets, that's gotta be fab. Maybe because they made it in denim, so it's really all these ruffles or volume is being pushed out to the sides instead of falling within the panels. Like it needs to be more of a chambray or something. I don't know. Yeah, that looks weird. Cute. Weird. Although it is a little bit better in the back with see, when it has like this movement, it makes a lot more sense. But still a drop waist. Oof. Or it's like drop hip, drop, whatever. Mermaid, one of those. I don't know. Trumpet. I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, again, the back is better than the front. Huh. That's unfortunate. Chino, cotton blends, denim, and twill. Yeah, I think we just need something lighter weight than whatever it is that they used. I would love to see C made up. Of these two, this is the one they should have done. But I guess it takes a bunch of fabric, maybe. No, not even. Oh, two and a quarter for the main, and then 1.5. Okay, so yeah, a little bit. They've made things with more fabric than that. Um, and then the hip measurement is kind of negligible, maybe a little bit, but they're saying either way, it has 6 inches of ease in the hip, which this is her hip, right? There's definitely not 6 inches there. Maybe down here there is. I don't know. Something about, I don't know. We're devolving. We are not getting better. I haven't had a positive thing to say in a minute, which is not good. Which is not good. I think we're rounding the end though. This is a top and tunic pattern, extra small to 2X. Top and tunic patterns, metal snaps at side seams. Fold down collar, partial front placket with snaps, front patch pocket, pleated sleeves with snaps at cuffs. Again, we took a button down shirt, a half placket button down shirt, and we put snaps up the side. You can do this without a pattern. You don't need a pattern to put snaps on your side seams. As far as like creativity, I guess, I don't know. I'm seeing some issues with the sleeve head. They actually gave quite a bit of volume in the sleeve when it's a drop excuse me, a drop shoulder, so you don't need that volume. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm making a button down tunic, which I don't wear tunics, let's see if it weren't denim. Maybe that's it. Maybe they were just like, oops, leaning in on too much denim. I don't know. Chambray, cotton blends, lightweight denim, and poplin. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't know. It's making me sick though. It's making me choke. Yeah, it's all just kind of giving sad. Very oversized when we even look at finished garment measurements, but I just couldn't waste my time or money on that. Please be something good to end on. Let's end on a good note. We've got a ball gown, 1950s strapless ball gown, Mrs. top, pants, and apron. What in the 1950s? Oh, by Elaine Heigl again. Knit cropped boxy tee with leggings, like yoga pants, and an apron. What a weird... Yoga pants are fine. Knit top, okay. Apron, sure. It's just weird all three of those things would be in one. I want to see the back of the apron. That's why I'm scrolling through these quickly. Oh, legitimately an apron. Why do you need like a... Why do you need a pattern with all three of those things in it? Like, that's not supposed to be worn out like that, right? That's for inside the house. I don't know. Strange. Again, we are seriously devolving here. They're losing me. They started out strong, but they are losing me for sure. Where were we? Okay, we've got a little girl's trench coat. Okay, great. We've got shorts and pants. What is with these? Wide leg pants and shorts, front box pleats, back darts, side pockets, waistband with wide belt loops. Okay. But again, like, been there, done that. Like, we all have these already. Maybe not the cargo version. Do we need a cargo version? I don't know. I mean, they're cute. Yeah, some issues going on there. There's actually not enough fabric. Or is there too much? I don't know. My brain hurts. I think we've gone so far off the rails that even if something were good at this point, like, I can't, my brain is not allowing, my brain is not allowing space for that. What is this? What's the wicked thing? Holding space? Is that what it was? Denim, button front shirt, and sewing pattern with V neckline, has seam details, sleeve variations. Another vest. Another princess seamed vest. Okay. That's fine. Do we need 3 in one collection? That's why I feel like they just had, for some reason, a bunch of patterns they never released. Why? I don't know. What is happening here? Yeah, again, that could be a shoulder length issue. Again, I this proportion wise is really cute from far away. I really do like it, other than these little wrinkles up here. But I don't think my brain is allowing me to even like comprehend that that could actually be something I want to make, because I've just been through it for the last hour. um costume, another apron. That's three aprons. Kids patterns, and then they stuck their men's pattern, which is actually kind of cool, way down here. And then family pajamas, design your own corset, costume, kids. Okay. I'm exhausted. That's what it is. I don't have the willpower anymore. Too many patterns, you guys. Way too many. I mean, I get options are good, but like, there's too many. Too many of the same thing. Like, we had so many suits. I don't know how many suits we possibly need. We had so many, um, what was the other thing? Pants, skirts, not enough prom dresses if you're asking me. We could have had some more of those. Oh, vests, so many vests. So many vests. So many blazers. So many button downs. Like, we could have spread this out. We could have had, oh, wait a minute. Are they doing away with early spring versus spring? Is that what happened? I don't know. I'm wiped. I need a nap and a snack. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your opinions in the comment section below. I will see you all very soon. Bye.